The Medicines, Healthcare and Product Regulatory Agency, the MHRA, is coming under great scrutiny thanks to an inquiry that's been headed, or I think it's been headed, by Rupert Lowe, who's an MP for Reform Party. Yet again, another Reform MP doing his job diligently. It's a pity the government didn't apply the same diligence this last 3 years, isn't it? And this is why I will not throw Reform under a bus for any supporter that thinks they should be somehow supporting them for being a supporter. No, if you support free speech and free liberty, then what you should do is support the people who've already been smart enough to get a seat. You should put your differences to one side, whether you agree with every mortal thing that they say, because I'm in this fight to win it. I'm doing this because I want change. I don't want these characters that come railroading over us from various governments to win. I do not want them to end up, because of apathy and because of other people spitting the dummy out. Oh, let's have a podcast about Nigel Farage and what he said. Let's take 30 seconds out of a 45-minute interview and let's rip him a new one. That isn't going to work for me, because I'm not doing this for any other reason than I want change. And I want it, hopefully, in my lifetime, because I haven't got much of it left. 66, what am I going to live till? 86, if I'm lucky, with no health issues. Very lucky. So I've got to work, time's of the essence for me. And so I'm really pleased with the work that the Reform MPs are doing, because, you see, with Andrew Bridgen, they could ridicule him and get rid of him. They could make him look a fool. It's just one man against 650. On your way. That's what they're like. So when you've got 5 of them, and Rupert Lowe, who's a farmer with an 800-acre farm, a businessman that runs a profitable business, that's giving his wages back to local charities in his constituency. When you get a man with such integrity, and then you get a seasoned politician like Nigel Farage at the head, and then you get the chairman of the party, deputy chairman of the party, this new Muslim lad, I can never remember his name, who can outwit people on question time. You've got a force to be reckoned with there. So I want you to listen to this, because this is Rupert Lowe challenging, saying it like it is, at a parliamentary debate about the MHRA. I have to read it out. The Medicines and Healthcare Product Regulatory Agency. Tongue tied there. I've only got one tongue, you see. I've got to do all work. Listen to what he says. Enjoy it, because this is the sort of politician we want. And this is why I won't turn my back on them, because somebody spit the dummy out that's doing a podcast. I'm not interested. I'm interested in change, and you're only going to get that by having people in the House of Commons. What we want 150 Rupert Lowe types and Nigel Farage types. We want them in Parliament. We want 325, actually. We need them in government. Never mind the opposition. But this is a sign of things to come. With people like him, they're not going to get away with it.
Okay. Rupert, anything to add? Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I'm very happy to support Esther in the request for this debate. I think there arguably hasn't been enough scrutiny of the MHRA in Parliament. I think given the funding of the MHRA, it does lead to questions about conflicts of interest, which I think it's in the public interest to actually discuss and debate. I've asked a question recently which has thrown up the fact that there have been 500,000 yellow card incidents, which are, that's what's come back to my office. As far as I'm aware, there's no process for a proper follow-up on these incidents. And I think it's a case of good government is transparent government. And I think this entire agency and the entire issue of what happened during those 2 mad years needs parliamentary scrutiny. And I think arguably it's overdue. So I think Esther's covered most of it pretty comprehensively, but that's why I think we do need this debate.
Now that'll do for me. Because what I want from people in Parliament, I want that. I want scrutiny. I want, hang on a minute, you're not getting away with that. I don't want fake demigods that are just there for their own ego. So this is why, that is the type of reason why reform is the most important vehicle. Not other people having a go. I mean, please, see what we've got here. Older people are more aware of the time we've got left to turn things around than younger people. You think you've got all your future ahead to change it. You haven't. This is a window of opportunity. From now till the next election is a window of opportunity to put the brakes on tyranny. Rupert Lowe says he wants a transparent government. The one we've got is like looking through bubble wrap with a sheet of wallpaper behind it. You can't see anything. You're kept in the dark. You're treated like mushrooms. Kept in the dark and then poured shit all over you. That's what this government does. So I don't want governing like that. And I certainly don't want ruling. And I certainly don't want people putting in jail without bail, because basically they've had enough of what's going on with this country and they were on the right track anyway. God bless you, those people who ended up in jail. Not the rioters, the looters. You brought that on yourself, but even so, stiff sentencing. And the other thing that I find absolutely incredible, the way that these politicians, who have probably never run a sodding business in their life, cavalierly throw retail under a bus. Shoplifting, there's an article on Sky News. Shoplifters, they don't even get charged. And staff in shops, a lot of them are saying these people don't speak any English, unless they're swearing. They seem to understand the F word. They've got that off to a T. They just saunter in and take what they want because they're not getting arrested. Nothing's happening to them. So there you are with your retail outlet. You've set your shop out nice, you've cleaned your windows, you've got weeds out at flags in front of your shop, and you've presented all your stock to the public. So hopefully, after you've paid exorbitant rates to the city council, somebody will come and buy your goods. And they can waltz in, and it's happening in London, it's not, and bigger cities, and literally take bundles of clothes or high-tech equipment, take it out, and run off with it. And these are predominantly foreigners, migrants probably. People think migrants gravitate here for the benefits scheme. They do in a lot of cases, but the benefits scheme we run is pretty similar in France and Germany. But one of the main reasons they flock here, we are the easiest country in Europe in which to disappear. So once you jump off your dinghy on the beach and you've got your mobile phone ringing your mate, who's already been here because he's done it 18 months ago and he's working in a car wash in Leeds or wherever, you just disappear and you work on the black, what they call on the black, no tax. But don't forget, because of the way the system's run, you can still turn up at A&E, you can still turn up at a doctor's surgery, you can still get everything you need even though you're not contributing to the system once you've landed here. And I think the way they treat businesses, big business and small business, it's as though you don't matter. And you don't matter to them because civil servants and the government and politicians don't know what it feels like to earn a proper living. They don't know what it feels like to maybe have a quiet spell when you're retailing and think, oh God, rates are due, this is happening, oh I've got to pay my suppliers, and we've had a quiet time, probably because of something bloody government's done, like lockdown. They haven't got a clue what that feels like for people who are in business. And this is why I have absolutely no respect for them at all. The Right Honourable, sorry, you should earn that title. You should earn it. You should have had to have actually been Right Honourable. You shouldn't have a picture of yourself, Chris Bryant, with your bloody underpants on, floating around on the internet. I love it when that raises its ugly head. They get on these committees, don't they? They think they're really bloody special. And you're balmy enough to have a picture of yourself taking a selfie in some underpants. They haven't even been on a whitewash. They weren't even on a whitewash. Who'd do that? I'd have my best underpants on, wouldn't you? I'd have really tight white ones. I'd probably put a banana down. Well, you should have put a banana down. Taking a picture of yourself with that thing. Look like a bloody tortellini. So anyway, I'm going off the boil. But I'm just highlighting stuff that I think is important and you ought to know. Would you have got to know about that little snippet from Rupert Lowe? No, I don't think so. Because the mainstream media don't want to cover it. Because, it's kicking off. How the MHRA is funded. Oh, Mr. Gates. Well, we should really thank you, shouldn't we, for your involvement in helping with funding and things like that. And then how you get better off after events take place. Marvellous, isn't it? It's good work if you can get it. Anyway, that's the news for today.